What's going on, guys? BladeZilla here, and today we're taking a look at this gorgeous custom from Jesse Jarosz. This is the M75 CL, and I apologize if I've butchered their name, but Jesse Jarosz, I would assume is how it's pronounced. And, luckily I was able to bring one of these in, or I had a customer that wanted to bring one of these in, so I was pretty excited to take that opportunity, and certainly they actually okayed me to make a quick video on it, which, normally when I bring things in, I don't even take a look at it. So in this case, I'm glad that, hopefully I'm not going to spend too long, but maybe 15 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that, appreciating this gorgeous knife, and just checking it out as if we're having a, coffee, a beer, wine, scotch, Coke Zero, whatever that is. For me, it will be a Coke Zero in no time. As a reminder, check out BladeZilla.ca, where a lot of the knives featured on this YouTube channel are available for sale in Canada. That's right, Canada. If it's on the site, it's in stock and ready to go. Just had this guy go not too long ago. And lots of Shiros, lots of CKFs, Microtex, Protex, you name it. If it's there, it's ready to ship from Canada. And yes, we do ship down to the States. I get asked fairly often on that one, but that's cool. Where do we start with this? Well, no flippers. A really cool locking mechanism. As you can kind of see, it's up top here instead of underneath. Beautiful thumb studs. And I believe I gotta sand my blade on this guy. Ooh, gorgeous. Well, that is worth the price of admission in itself. Getting to see that. And fortunately on YouTube, the price of admission, zilch, which is awesome, because I would be watching this one for sure. Oh, it's sharp too. This is screaming sharp. Okay, well, before we get started on this, let's go ahead and get some measurements and really try to appreciate this knife for what it is. And it's a lot swoopier than I was expecting. You can kind of just see that nice big curve in there right off the back. That's pretty cool. What are we coming in at here? 7 1/4. 7 1/4. Blade length of 3 1/4. I'd say maybe you could argue slightly more if you want to measure it to the choil, but probably 3 1/4 safe. A handle length of about 4 inches, roughly. And did I get the whole length already? 7 1/4. I did. Cool. How does that compare? Well, let's grab my usual suspects. Let's grab my large Sebenza. For reference, it's a 31 with S45. And we will grab my baby Sebenza, and I think this one's actually Magna Cut. I think. Thought it was. So there's your two super consistent, steady eddies. Everybody knows. Large and small Sebenzas for reference. Which is awesome. And I was going to compare it to a hinderer, but we're not going to do that. Why would we do that? Why would we expose you to that level of negativity? We don't need that. We don't need that in our lives. Can we just appreciate how there's that gorgeous signature on the blade? I just think that is so beautifully done and so rare. And that's one of the things that separate this as a heavy hitter. I have no clue what the cost is on one of these. I'm assuming a couple $1,000 based on the materials used. White carvo tie. It looks as if we've got some other pearl, if I'm looking correctly. Beautiful. Oh wow, that's definitely mother pearl. Jeez, just take that out, put it on a necklace, and I'd be set for a Christmas gift for my wife right there. Oh, jeez. Flip this guy around. Gorgeous, gorgeous clip. Attached internally, it looks like. Got some T8s probably on there. Probably some T... That's a big guy. That might be a T15 or even 20. Has the pivot, which is awesome. Much lighter than some customs I've reviewed recently as well. I don't know what order of release that I'm going to put this guy out, but I'm actually filming 2 knives today. And just finished filming a TJ Fisher knife, and oh, that guy is a beast. Didn't even realize the weight that it had. Just so well made, so well made. And this is no different in hand. So remember, I'm an extra large glove. It's very swoopy, fits me perfectly. Definitely more of a medium large hand type hold, but I've got no problems holding this all day long. Beautiful materials with that white carbo tie. This had to have been a lottery knife at some point, I'm assuming, based on that white carbo tie. I don't know if you guys know, Recon One does these online shows where, you know, for $100 you can get in and enter lotteries to get some real cool customs at table. They will send you, here's one here, a playing card like this, and you stack them up and you can play a hand at the end of the year. I've got, well, a lot of these now. I've entered a lot of them. And yeah, pretty cool by himself. I've seen people sell these for $100 just to make some cool playing cards. I've also seen some of the guys with Vegas series ask for, like the Sinkovich Vegas V-Card series, to kind of match their knife to that playing card. Just super cool. What else do we got here? Let's shine a light inside, see if we can pick up on any Easter eggs on this knife as well. Let's take a quick peek. Let's see, what am I missing in here? Looks to be kind of just stonewashed. Is there something on the inside of this here? Come on, give me something good. If it wants to focus, I apologize. I'm trying to like play with the knife, trying to focus the light and see on the inside of the knife all at the same time. I don't see anything on the inside. I thought I did, but I don't think I do, which is cool. I always like seeing little Easter eggs, but in this case, I don't see any on the inside, but I guess the maker kind of has his name right there on the blade, so kind of easy to figure out what it is. Beautiful clip as well. Oh, it's attached underneath. Look at that. Got a little screw hiding underneath that. I don't know if you can see right above my finger here. It's a little baby screw hiding in there. It's a nice little detail matching this screw, but just underneath there. Love that kind of stuff. Flip this guy around, and just a unique locking mechanism, and it may be the first I've ever had that has that on the top, right? You're always used to kind of reaching around or doing the reach around underneath. That's what she said. And, you know, you're always right here, right? Right-handed, you're on this side of the frame. Boop. It's the first for me to see that up top. That's an interesting approach. It's certainly welcome. But it's still just a, I guess, more of just a compression lock, I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's what it would be. What else do we have here? So how does it work? Well, first of all, there's a bevel on that compression lock. I don't know if you can see right here. It's just ever so slightly beveled, so it's telling you that it's a right hand. And just pull that. The blade, actually, when I'm holding it, just to give you perspective when it drops, there's enough coverage that it doesn't cut your finger right off immediately. Nice and smooth. Definitely on bearings. Or sorry. I don't think that's on bearings. It's probably washers. It's just too tight. It wouldn't floor me just based on this. You know what? I bet it's on washers. Feels like a washer knife, but it's fairly loose. Sorry, not loose. It's fairly good action for bronze. Yeah, that's definitely on washers. Dead center as well, which is cool. Lots of detail on that blade. Just looking at all the layering in there. I think they're calling it like a gold to Sanmai something. I remember seeing this guy. Beautiful thumb studs as well. I love when they're not super sharp and they're just well executed with lots of kind of volcano angles on them. I know that's not a technical term, but you know, I love when they're just nice and comfortable on your thumb. You can flick it out all day long. No issues whatsoever. Nice and snappy action on it. Balance, perfectly balanced as well. Right behind the pivot. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous. I love getting pieces like this in to take a look at, just because, you know, I don't get to see them every day. And, you know, new lock styles, full customs are always just such a fun way to experience knives that, you know, I wouldn't otherwise get to. So let's take a look at the jimping and kind of the top of the blade here I didn't really look at. Typically, from my experience, you know, full customs actually do very little jimping because it's very specific typically for, you know, a hand size, but in this case they've given you lots. And I'm just painting this with a broad brush from my experience, but that's a lot of jimping, so really gives a good wide range of user hand sizing, which is cool. But nice and good there. And then on top, as you go down, that gorgeous blade. There's lots of flat top. You can kind of do whatever you want. You can grip this and choke up on it as you see fit, which no one's ever going to complain about. No super aggressive lip on it or anything. It's a bit of a spear as well, which is just a gorgeous blade. I personally think this blade is just well underrated for what it is. It's screaming sharp. Bit of a stone wash, I think. I don't even know if you'd call it a stone wash. Just gorgeous. I'm curious to see how they do that laser etching, maybe. That signature to get that in there. That's so cool. And I guess now you know his signature. Probably the same signature on his checks. Just saying. Or his Visa slip. You know, go to Blade West or go to some of these shows. Maybe you can sign some food to his room. If you buy this knife, services included. Just joking, obviously. Otherwise, I believe that hardware looks titanium, looks spun titanium, is gorgeous, done well. Nice clip. It's got to be bead blasted tie, I'm guessing, to match the liners. Now, I believe these were supposed to, as a kit, I think they came with a coin, I think, typically. So, and I know there was a bunch of stuff in the box. I'm not going to go through it, but there's a bunch of stuff in the case that it comes with. And I just wanted to, oh, maybe I'll show that. There is a coin. So, gorgeous coin in there. And I wouldn't normally show this. There's some handwritten notes and stuff. I'll leave that between the owner. But I did want to say this. How cool is this zipper for the M75? It's made of white carbo tie. I think that's a nice touch on a knife like this. I love detail, stuff like that. You know, just a zipper tab. Like, come on, guys. I think that is so cool. You know, some of the knives we have here where, you know, I've done some Shiro Custom, some very, very high-end stuff. And, you know, you get the same box, essentially, on a, you know, $500 Neon as you do on a $5,000 custom. Or a $10,000 custom, typically. Some of them obviously come with their roll and whatnot, but for the most part it's, you know, the custom divisions and whatnot, it's just a box. Whereas this, you get a nice cool white carbo tie tab. That's just a nice little touch. I love that kind of stuff. Anytime the maker just gets into the detail work is just such a win for me. And that in conjunction with just good selection of materials, excellent execution on this knife all the way around. And I think you clearly have a winner in just about every way. Like, you don't see them like this every day. And I'm fortunate enough to take a look at this guy. And, you know, I want to thank you. I'm not going to name names, but you know who you are. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to take this one for a spin around the block and check out a new maker that I haven't seen before in materials that I'm definitely familiar with, in a handle pattern. Where did I read it? I read it somewhere. I thought this guy, he made a lot of the designs for a brand. And I can't remember the brand name, but it was like I can't remember. I've seen this name all over the place, and he's with he does a lot of the designs for for a maker or for a manufacturer. So I can't, anyway, I won't cut that out, but I remember reading it somewhere, which is cool. It doesn't really matter. It's cool nonetheless. The customs are sick. Let's just leave it at that. Let's see, did I miss anything on this one? So we've got the pearl, mother pearl inlay. We've got that really cool Sanmai blade. We've got the white carbo tie inlays. I think they were calling these, there's a name for these, I think they're calling like onyx or something, onyx bolsters, which is sick. We've got that, obviously really super unique compression style lock. It looks to be all blasted to match the clip. No, we got a cool backspacer. I'm not too sure what that backspacer is made of. But I'm guessing it's, I actually have no idea what it is. Probably the same as the bolsters by Onyx. Something like that. Just nice and tight, rounded edges. Just tight, tight, tight all the way around once again. Just a gorgeous, another stunner. Absolute stunner knife. Super glad that I was able to check this guy out. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the site, BladeZilla.ca. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook is a new one. Just set that up literally a few weeks ago. Facebook, search BladeZilla. And what else is there? YouTube. Yeah, you're here, so you know that. Throw a thumbs up. Subscribe. Every Monday and Thursday, 5 a.m. Eastern is when I put the videos up. So, yeah, appreciate you guys. Have a great week, and we'll talk soon. Peace.